It's Friday, and it's beautiful inside, man. It's awesome. I love this weather, like, awesome. I posted, or I didn't, Jolene, my sexy, posted some pictures of the car that we done over the weekend for a little project that we done. I got a bunch of stuff done to it because I couldn't leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of guy I am. When you see a guy that's got all these projects, you know, all these cars and stuff like that, you know one thing for sure. He minds his own business. Because he got too much to do. You know what I'm saying? Become a hot rodder man. You'll never work with anything else. You know what I mean? Good woman behind you. Cool hobby. Just play with it and have fun with it. Couldn't ask for anything better. You know, mind your own business. It'll be great. You know, meet friends, everything. Anyways, this is what I'm doing with this car. We shrunk this thing up. We're trying to make a Porsche looking thing out of it. I never cut no wheel wells out of it yet. I told you what I was going to do. I just framed it up. But when I made these quarter panels, I didn't get to show them the quarter panels. That was just a 4-foot piece. I put that through the roller first to give me this shape here because we're going down like this. And then I wheeled it on that English wheel over there. And we even did a little video on that and shared it. But I want to show you on this English wheel what I got going on. I just made this damn thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much. If you want something, you just make it. Just make it. That's the wheel off a car. I took and burnt that rubber piece off. You know, you roll around the floor. And that's a bearing from the tractor dealership. And Buddy noticed on one of the videos, and I'm happy he did. He's watching. He said, that odd bearing, look, it is loose, because I made the damn thing. You know what I mean? Just a piece of pipe, square tubing in there, man. I made that. That's just a piece I got in the junkyard, and it puts pressure on the metal, which stretches it. You know what I mean? And when I run that through that wheel there, that's got quite a con curve to it. So when I wheel my stuff, it really digs in. And it don't take much to bend that metal over. And I got a little video there when we made this corner here, how I done that, where I kept cutting it with the grinder. So all I was doing is shrinking it, you know what I'm saying? I was just trying to get it to a perfect butt weld so I could weld it back together. That's all I was doing. All the square tubing I ran around the bottom is where I connect my bottom of my quarter panel to. And I will not cut the wheel wells out until I make something and weld that there so that stays there. You know what I'm saying? Also with the doors, any car I do, I always tack the doors shut. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. When you're cutting quarter panels off and cars in half and roofs off and shit like that, weld the doors shut. It saves you so much material on the inside. You're going to be fixing the doors anyways, or grind that off. Just do a good job at it. The square tubing inside is to keep it from moving around. You know? And I just showed everybody, if you come back here, I just showed everybody how you can make a piece of nothing into something. Cut the bottom off and make it whatever you want. Wear some square tubing, wear some round tubing, whatever you want. But you come here on the inside, you can see where I've wheeled the quarter panel. That's where I wheeled the quarter panel on the top. That's all I wanted, just a little bit on top. I did the rest on the roller. Why make all them grooves and them marks in the rest of the quarter panel? And in the corner, you can see where I wheeled that stuff too, where I rolled that metal over. And that's just square tubing over on the inside. Everything's just tacked. We can still cut it apart. We can do anything we want. It's our car. You know what I'm saying? If you do one, it's your car. You can do anything you want. And that's how it rolls. So that's what I've been doing on that. I'm done with that. Can't continue on with that. Just had to put it together so it didn't fall apart, roll around, you know what I'm saying? Working on the 65 Ford, we're getting the paint off. You never know. That's why you say when you do a car, you say you strip it. You have to strip it. And when I say I strip it, we strip the paint off the whole thing. This we tried with a paint stripper, 1850 paint stripper. Next time, I think what I'm going to try is I'm going to spray it on with a gun and put it into a bag. I'm not sure yet. We're going to see if we got that stripping method down, because that's a lot of work to strip something off. All this stuff down the bottom that is really, punched out, we can sandblast this stuff. I don't want to sandblast this stuff. It's too easy to mess shit up, right? So we'll just sandblast the lips all around the front, all up and through here and all along the bottom. We've got the trunk lid stripped, we've got the fender stripped, and we got the hood stripped. And that's how we want the whole thing to look, just like that before we start. We want it stripped off like that. We want to do everything with all the paint off the sides, all the paint's off underneath. We want all the paint off. That's the only way we can do a nice job. Put a nice coat of, nice coat of polyester primer on it, sand it all off, guide coat it, make sure it's perfect, and do that. That's what we got to have. That's the only way that can be done. I'm going to show you something today, just for shits and giggles. I'm going to show you how to straighten a piece of metal. I'm going to show you how I do it. You do it any way you want to, but I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, most people take a torch. Heat the metal up. Then they pass the torch off to somebody. That person holds the torch. Then he grabs some water from somewhere, splashes a bunch of water on it, try to punch it off. Then he got a hammer and dollar handy to him, and then he's trying to, pound it off. This is what I do. Come on over here, sexy. Come on over here, nice and close. Maybe sit right there in that frame. I don't want you to watch. Maybe you can gear your hand up so it just watches. But anyways, what I'm going to do, or this is what I do. I get everything in place here. I got the MIG welder. I got a hammer and dollar. Air hose. Very major to this situation. What I'm going to do is, so if you hit something oil can, what I mean by that oil can, it goes, when you push on it, it's hard to fill it. It's hard to do anything with it. What do you want to do? Knock it in further and have twice as much benefit? Nobody wants to do that. When you stretch something, you're obviously going to have to fill it and fix it and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to show you what I do. This is what I do. If you can get really close in on this, if you can when I weld this, I'll put a little puddle in this, and that metal will take right off. Soon as I get that little puddle welded in there, I'll take this air hose and I'll put it right on the puddle. I guarantee you that this will cool it off faster than water any day. 2 less guys, 1 guy to hold the torch, 1 guy to have the rag and water already. Now I'm here by myself. I'm going to weld a little bit in that. That's going to take off. When I take this air hose and push on it, it's going to come back. Then I'm going to reach for my hammer and dolly, and I'm going to put the hammer on the dolly on one side and the hammer on the other side. Then I'm going to take that little tiny round spot that I welded, and I'm going to pound it, and I'm going to take all the metal and shove it around that little bit of weld. So I was taking that flat bit of metal and shove that pocket in there, and then just take the other metal and shove it around the little pocket. That's how I shrink metal. And I'm going to show you, just like this. You watch this. Maybe I should turn the gas on first. My welder's been pissing me off here. I have to give it a bang. It's like the phones. I have to give it a big old smash on the side of it for the thing to stop leaking its gas. Anyways, you watch. I got the wind blowing in here. Got the doors open. I'd like to get away from that if I could. You watch this metal. You watch, baby. So I've made a little dot like that. See how it's red? Watch this. Watch that metal come right back to you. See that metal come out of that air? If you didn't see it, that's too bad, because it did. Then I got that little spot there. That's how I straighten. That's how I shrink metal that's into a oil can position. Take that bit of weld there. You're going to end up, fixing it there, welding, filling, grinding, whatever there anyways. Put that little bit of product there. I hope you got to see the metal come back, because it did. Have a good Friday! Will you marry me, sexy?
Yeah.
It's a good Friday!